Hey everyone, the question that we're looking at today is there room for female priests? So there has been a desire from some women to be priests, as women have also wanted the equal right to vote, which they got, own homes, have equal pay, and other things. So priests has also been on the list for some women in society. The issue with this is that God doesn't exactly want women to be priests. We can clearly see this is true from what Paul said in 1 Timothy chapter 2 verses 11 to 12, where he specifically stated that a woman should not speak in church service. Those verses say, "Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence." Then after that, he re-emphasized this point in 1 Corinthians chapter 14 verses 34 to 35. "Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. And if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home, for it is a shame for a woman to speak in the church." Therefore, if a woman can't speak in a church gathering when men are present, they can't exactly be a priest or pastor. God has actually had this principle in place for thousands of years. Only men were anointed as kings in Israel, and even in the age of judges there was only one woman judge, Deborah. She was put in place when Israel was deep in sin, not in righteousness, as you can see from Judges chapter 4 verse 1. If the nation was righteous, there would have been a man to take that place. A similar situation occurred in Deuteronomy chapter 24 verses 1 to 4, when Moses allowed for divorce. When Jesus Christ came and talked about the situation in Matthew chapter 19 verses 3 to 9, he corrected the matter and said that the only reason why divorce was allowed was that the people were deep in sin, just like what happened with Deborah. Ideally, there should be no divorce, as he said in verse 9. The same thing happened with the prophetesses. God called a nation being ruled by women as a sign of their waywardness in Isaiah chapter 3 verse 12. But why does a system have to be overrun with sin before a woman can step in? The reason is that women, whether we like it or not, were created to help our male counterparts, not rule over them, according to Genesis chapter 2 verse 18. In 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 7, we were referred to as the weaker vessel, which is the same reason why the husband is the head of his wife, as Paul said in Ephesians chapter 5 verses 22 to 24. God, for that reason, put men above women in the very beginning in Genesis chapter 3 verse 16. After all this is considered, when a woman is now ruling a society, that's a sign that it has gone astray, not that it's the ideal. But the thing is, many see that women being under men is an old thing, a thing of the past, as society as a whole has moved on from such thinking. But unlike the daily sacrifices that were abolished, men having authority over women was not only an Old Testament thing, but was actually hammered on in the New Testament as well. Consider the verses already mentioned that you can see right now. There are others as well. This is clearly not just a custom of the past, but something that God still wants in place. However, that is not to say that a woman can't teach at all. What we can do, as I am now, is to talk to other women about how to serve God. Paul said that that's what we as women should do in Titus chapter 2 verses 3 to 5. That's still half the population that we have access to, and that's no small amount. The Titus account says, "The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of God be not blasphemed." Therefore, there isn't really room for a female priest, but there's still plenty of opportunity for us women to do God's work. We just have to look for them. But that is the end of this video. If you like my content and you want to see more of my videos, then you can always support the channel by leaving it a like and subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you'll be notified of when I post again. Have an awesome day, and I'd love to see all of you soon.